So, did you know Roblox had a VR shooter? Yeah, me neither. Until early 2022, when I was browsing Roblox and I was like, oh look, a VR shooter in Roblox. Opposer VR is a free VR shooter that, somehow in some way, was made in Roblox by the Roblox developer Excel. Even with the flaws I'll go over in this video, you gotta admit, having a VR shooter of any kind in Roblox, of any platform, is hella impressive. I'll go over Opposer VR's pros and cons in this video, and even see if it's worth playing compared to something like VR Chat's gun games or Pavlov's Shack. Before I start, I have to mention that Opposer VR is still in alpha, and everything I say in this review is subject to change. Weapons. Opposer VR has a variety of weapons. In fact, I would say too many to count. Most weapons you would want or need are here, including a Tommy gun, an AK-47, a sniper rifle, a big-ass sword. I would say there are about 3 main tiers of guns: automatic, semi-automatic, and pistols, all with several weapons in each respective category. There is more than just weapons in these 3 categories, but I would say that's overall where most weapons lie. And overall, I would say that the variety of weapons is very good, even rivaling that of Pavlov and Untitled Bone Lab. Weapon system. Opposer VR's weapon system is what I would describe as alright. Is it on the level of something like Bone Lab's guns? No, not even close. But is it still at least an okay weapon system, especially for Roblox? Yes. It does have its pros, such as the sights being accurate and clipped guns being reloaded feeling pretty good, but it's brought down with the big cons of its system. Some of the biggest ones being that the gun's grabbing areas can sometimes be off, there's no sights on some weapons, the shields don't work sometimes, and guns such as revolvers and shotguns are pretty hard to reload or can just be confusing. With that being said, Opposer VR's gun system is just alright. Maps. Opposer VR has 2 maps, which I'd like to call the original map where people actually fight each other, and the imported map from a 2008 Roblox game where you kill the thousands of swordmen together instead. As you can tell by my totally legit naming scheme, I do have my opinions on the maps. While City Rooftops is a pretty good map overall, with only a couple of bad elements, the 2008 map has so many swordmen that people just end up fighting them instead of each other, making it pretty boring after a while and wishing it swapped back to the rooftops already. There's also no way to select which map you want to play on, with each map rotating between each other every hour. If a feature to choose which map you wanted to play on was added, I think Opposer VR would be way more playable. Also, Rooftops has a gun range, so that makes it 1,000 times better, obviously. Overall, Opposer VR has its flaws, but my god man, it's a Roblox VR shooter. You can only do so much in Roblox, and even with that being said, the game is still in alpha, so everything I said will probably be improved or changed for the better at some point. It's overall pretty good, so if you have a headset, I would recommend you hop on for at least a few rounds and check it out. Hell, you might even have a fun time with some people just playing songs on the in-game radio and shooting some swordmen up. Should you play this over some other VR shooters, like Pavlov's Shack or even VR Chat's gun games? Personally, I would say yes, but that's up to you. With that said, my final thought is that Opposer VR is a pretty good game, especially for being a Roblox-made VR shooter.
And listen!
Who are you? What the? No, stop.